Hey, welcome to the story so far. I'm Aaron,
And I'm Steven.
and this is the achy edition.
Yes, it is.
Oh shoot! You know what? I forgot my iPod. Dang it! Oh, sorry.
Here we go.
Got the laptop in front of me anyway. Let's just kick right into the wild, weird week of sports.
Very wild and very weird.
Very weird.
So, I've decided that Cincinnati's the real deal because they beat the Giants. They didn't just beat
They
them.
didn't just beat them; they stomped them. Stomped them bad. Wow! What a game.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Eli better pick it up, man. We're in the second half of the season, and if they have any plans at all of making a run for the Super Bowl, they gotta start picking it up right now.
They don't. That's why they're not picking it up.
They got a better chance than the Eagles.
Hey, you know what? We're just hoping to get a good draft pick. That's all we're doing.
You know, I've always thought that if you really wanted a good pick, just blow your season.
Well, that's why they just said, okay, you know what? Our season's gone. Let's just really blow it. Mike, act like you're hurt. So Vic goes down.
You know, I don't think that at all.
I don't either.
That's the way that I would do it if I really wanted a good pick, but I think you know, the coach kind of wants to keep his job, so
Yep.
it'll be interesting to see what happens to Andy Reid after this season.
Well, they said he'd have to win big in order to win a 15th season, and he ain't winning big, so he might not be with us after this year.
Yeah,
So, as much as I like Andy Reid, I think a coaching change might do us some good, depending on, you know.
I wouldn't doubt that you see a coaching change, and you may see a quarterback change. I don't see anybody out there that could really fill the shoes that need to be filled. You know, that could potentially come up on the trade block, but you just never know.
It's
So
true.
it'll be interesting to see what happens.
A lot of injuries this week. My phone's being slow, but I can go off of memory. Alex Smith, he sustained a concussion. But Colin Kaepernick did pretty well for them, coming in and coming from behind and winning.
Vic concussion.
Vic sustained a concussion and also some kind of eye injury. I don't know exactly what that's all about, but
Oh,
I haven't read up on it entirely, and I don't even know if they've reported it fully, other than to say that it's an eye injury. And then there's one other quarterback that sustained a concussion.
wasn't it Cutler?
Oh yeah, for Chicago. And they're kind of in trouble because they don't really have a good quarterback in the backup. They've got Jason Campbell and some other guy who's not very good either. Caleb Haney. So
The other note as far as injuries go, Ben Roethlisberger went down with a shoulder injury.
yep.
He's not expected to play this week, but it doesn't sound like he may be out too long.
So when they first reported it, they said he'd be out for a while, but I think they underestimate Ben. I think, you know, he plays hurt all the time. I think he's gonna, I don't know.
Well, see, I'm seeing right here that they're saying he has a rib injury also. So who knows? He may be out for a few games. We'll have to keep an eye on that one.
He's hurt. Anyway, not entirely sure of the scores either. I just know that my team lost, and
We know the Eagles lost. We know the Giants lost.
every team in the NFC East lost. So,
Wait a second. Not every team.
that's
The
true.
Cowboys beat the Eagles.
That's true. Shut up.
They're within a game and a half of the Giants for the lead in the East.
Yeah.
Kind
That's
of
all right.
nervous. I'm nervous about it.
I can't knock on the Cowboys because they beat the Giants earlier this season too.
Hey, any given Sunday, champ. Any given Sunday.
I know.
Giants came back and beat them in their house.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So
Tennessee won big. Minnesota won. New England won. And Atlanta finally went down. They went down to New Orleans.
went down to New Orleans of all people.
I know. Well, but you look at it, and all the games that they've won at home, they've won by 7 points or less. And so
You know, somebody
They
told
were
me
bound
about
to
1
lose.
point or not. You know,
it's
win
still a
the win.
win. So Tampa Bay won, and Denver looks like the real deal, man. I'm telling you.
They're starting to click right when they need to.
Yep.
I mean, they're looking pretty darn good over there in the AFC.
Yep. Baltimore creamed Oakland.
Baltimore, you know, Ray Lewis went down with a season-ending injury.
And they've
They
still
thought for sure they were going to collapse. Everybody was saying, "Oh man, now that he's out, they're going to collapse." No, they're still plugging along, still doing
Yeah.
great.
They got some players who can fill that gap. I mean, they're no Ray Lewis, but they're still filling that gap for them pretty well.
Yeah.
Seattle beat the Jets. Excuse me.
There's another coach that I will be shocked if he is not gone after this season.
I know,
Rex Ryan.
especially with all the drama that's going on with the football club. I think he's gone too,
I think so.
and rightfully so, because he promises and promises and promises, and nothing ever comes of it.
Yep.
And it seems like ever since, when Mark Sanchez first came into the league and led him to AFC Championship, to the AFC Championship and then losing, and on and on and on, they just slowly declined and gone downhill. So,
Yep.
Houston beat Chicago in a messy, ugly game. I don't know if you watched it, but just all the rain and everything, it just was not a good game. And then Pittsburgh beat Kansas City.
That game, I was shocked at how close of a game it was until I realized that Roethlisberger had been injured earlier in the game and was out. And surprisingly, Castle was doing pretty good up until he got into overtime.
And then
You know, no turnovers in the whole regulation period, and then he goes into OT and throws the interception to lose the game.
Yep. And then though, kind of the weird thing,
The most shocking game of the week.
St. Louis and San Francisco, they tied.
And you know, the funny thing about that is that none of the players really knew the overtime rule.
I know.
And it happened 4 years ago with the Eagles.
Yeah.
Because
2008.
Donovan McNabb was the quarterback then, and they all blamed him for not knowing it. But they didn't really know the rule then either. It's shocking that they don't know the rules of overtime. I would think that you would drill that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you've got to be prepared to go into overtime, and you got to prepare to win it.
So that's football.
I've got another story for the football.
Okay, go ahead.
So, going back to the Jets, I don't know who all it was, but the story's all over the place. Oh, it was the Daily News. Interviewed some of the Jets players, and a lot of them wanted just to be anonymous, and they didn't want the paper to print their names for their remarks, but they are all saying that Tim Tebow is a terrible quarterback. So then Rex Ryan today addressed it with the team. He didn't say what he had said to them, but he said, if you're going to say one of your teammates is terrible or anything's bad or whatever, put your name to it.
Yeah. Don't
You know?
be a coward.
Yeah, don't hide behind being anonymous. Put your name to it, and come on out and say it. And so, a lot of dissension going on there in the Jets franchise. It'll be interesting to see how things shake out at the end of the season. Now the trade deadline's passed, they can't get rid of Tebow for the season.
Yep.
So, and then the other thing is, they're on such a downward spiral. I think you need to throw him a bone and see what he can do. I mean, look what he did with Denver. Tebow did great in Denver. Throw him a bone, let him play quarterback for a little while and see what happens. You can't do any worse than what Sanchez is doing now.
Exactly.
So, But yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. I saw that little story today about all of his teammates criticizing him and saying that he's terrible. So you can go ahead and go back to some other stories if you want.
Okay. Let's see. Games of the week for this next week. The Giants have a bye, so leaves you Giant fans to brood over your 2 losses in a row.
Gives them a week to get prepared, come back and figure out what's going on.
We'll see about that. You know, for the first time in history, every team that going into the bye week in the NFC East has lost their games. So it's kind of weird.
Well, you know, I know that Coughlin's not 13-0 coming out of the bye week, so you know.
What can I say? 13-1 is still pretty good, isn't it?
It is pretty good. I give him credit for that.
I think Monday night might be a good game depending on who plays for Chicago, but it's Chicago and San Fran. So if Jay Cutler's not really ready to go, I think that Chicago's losing it. But if Jay Cutler can go, I think it's going to be a really close game.
Yeah.
So just because the defense will keep them in it, and then the offense could be good enough.
You know, the problem with the concussions, though, is that a lot of these quarterbacks or players in general, once they get the concussion, they try and rush back from it. And they end up getting injured even further, and some of them even end up getting multiple concussions. I think if you have a concussion, you just need to take a week off or maybe even 2.
Yep.
So don't rush it back. So.
Yep, I agree. And that's the way Lovie Smith's thinking is he doesn't want to be too cautious, or he wants to be a little too cautious, you know. He doesn't want to be one of those coaches that says, yeah, okay, you say you're good to go, let's run the test, okay, you're good to go.
Well, the Bears have done pretty good this season, so I mean, in all honesty, you know, it is late in the season, but I think they could afford to lose a game.
Yeah.
And let Cutler rest up.
When you look at it, and they have a full game over Green Bay, so I mean, can't really rest, but they got a pretty good handle on a wild card position if they weren't going to win their division. So
right,
might as well be a little safe and let them rest up a little bit.
Yeah.
Is what I would say. So that's really all I have for the NFL. There's not really any other games that are going to be worth watching.
You know, well, switching from that now then, going to the NBA, had a chance to go see the Jazz this week. It was awesome. Got to be sitting on, what was it, 4th row? And coolest time ever I've been. I mean, I've been there a bunch of times, but I've never been down that close. I have been down in the lower bowl thanks to some of my friends having their family having season tickets and that, but never been that close. So thanks again, Dr. Neviker, for the free tickets. We really had a good time. But yeah, the Jazz are on a roll right now. Hopefully they don't lose tonight. We'll see what happens.
Well, there's 10 seconds left in the
Down
fourth
by
quarter,
3.
and they're down by 3.
Don't say they're out yet. I mean, they went what was it, 3 overtimes the other night?
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. Anyway, and looking up stuff for the show today, I found a couple of odd stories to share with you. The first one happens here in Hurricane, Utah.
It's Hurricane.
Hurricane.
It's Hurricane.
It's Hurricane. It is Hurricane. But anyway, so I'll read you the story, and you guys can be the judge and jury on it. Hurricane police have arrested a man who admitted to having sexual intercourse with horses, according to a probable cause statement. The document indicates that William R. Burgess, 55, told police he walked down the highway at night, knowingly trespassed on a ranch, and took a halter, which is a horse's head collar, and a bag of horse food. Police say that Burgess, however you say his name, admitted to using the horse food to lure the horse and engage in sexual intercourse with it. Hurricane officers were first alerted to the alleged activity by Burgess's sister, who told them she found evidence that Burgess was having sex with animals. Burgess is charged with 6 counts of bestiality, which is a Class B misdemeanor, 1 count of burglary of a building, a 3rd-degree felony, and 1 count of theft, a Class B misdemeanor, and then 1 count of criminal trespass, which is also Class B misdemeanor. So, there you have it, folks. Bestiality is sure alive in this country.
Newsflash. Sorry, this just in. Jazz lost. 98-93.
That's too bad.
So.
That's all right. They're on a extended road trip right now, so we'll see what happens.
Yes, sir.
The other piece of odd news that I found, and this is really cool. It's made news, but I'm willing to bet that you'll never see a practical application of this anywhere other than where it was found right here. But possibly one of the more unexpected products at the Maker Faire, Africa, which is it's in Lagos, Africa. It's this fair that they have. One of the more unexpected products is a urine-powered generator created by 4 girls, and the girls, all of them, were 14 and 15-year-old girls, which I think is amazing that teenagers can figure this stuff out. I thought that was pretty cool. But as what they found out, or as what they created, was this generator that runs off of 1 liter of urine, and it gives you 6 hours of electricity. So the system works like this. Urine is put into an electrolytic cell, which separates out the hydrogen. The hydrogen goes into a water filter for purification, which then gets pushed into a gas cylinder. The gas cylinder pushes the hydrogen into a cylinder of liquid borax, which is used to remove the moisture from the hydrogen gas. This purified hydrogen gas is pushed into the generator. Along the whole way, there are one-way valves for security, but it is a explosive recipe there, so I really don't know if you'll see a practical application of that. Also, I think that, I really believe that the oil industry will probably give these girls a ton of money for their patent on it, and squash it. Yep. And put it under wraps so that it'll never see the practical application daylight. But I think that it was really cool that it was made in Africa. First off, second off, I think that it was really awesome that it was made by teenagers.
Yep.
So it's really cool to see what's going on out there around the world. What have you done lately, America?
Yeah, what have you? Oh wait, we had a sex scandal in the White House.
We do, actually, with General Petraeus.
Yep.
That's a whole muddled mess. I suggest that if you want to know about that, you get on the internet and read up about it, because it's a huge, huge mess. So,
I don't know how you couldn't be at least the slightest bit informed unless you live in a dark cave, because it's everywhere.
well, it's everywhere. It's just all the details about it is what's muddled.
Yes, that is true.
One thing that was brought up, I think it was Jimmy Kimmel that said it. If you're in the CIA, you're one of the top spies, and all the rest of the spies that are with you don't like you. Why would you go around having an affair?
Yep.
I mean, that kind of stuff's gonna get out somehow. And the way that this one got out was really kind of weird too. But like I said, if you want to read up about it, definitely go find the details online. So, one other thing I wanted to bring to light: one of the bands that we've seen earlier this year, 5 State Killing Spree. They actually just lost their drummer. He has his own business called UnrealConcerts.com, and so I guess he's really pursuing that, and it's taking up a lot more of his time. So he used to be the drummer for 5 State Killing Spree, and now he's going off to do that. So they're looking for a new drummer. Anybody out there that's interested in trying to audition, hit those guys up. you know, I'm kind of, as soon as I saw that, I was thinking
Bill?
Bill from Maverick.
Yeah.
You know, he'd be the perfect fit for those guys probably. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with that and see if he goes with those guys or see who their new drummer ends up to be. So, other than that, that's all the news I got. You got any other news?
This just in. You're gay.
I don't think that's new news.
It isn't. I was just, you know, saying.
Well, one thing I wanted to bring up this week was what music are you listening to that's new? And it doesn't have to be new music. I mean, just something that you've may have started listening to again or anything. I would say what's on your iPod, but I know your iPod doesn't work anymore. Or does it?
Yeah, it works still.
You told me that you broke it new.
I sat on it.
So what's new to the iPod?
Nothing. I haven't put any new music on it. I do listen to iHeartRadio, and I listen to 3 Days Grace, or their stereo or their station. So anything that's like them, I listen to.
You haven't got anything though that's really striking you right now that.
Not really, just because I don't find that I have the time. And when I do, I end up sleeping on the floor in my living room, or I'm telling you, dude. Amy will tell you she's been a little frustrated with me because I come home from work and she'll say to me, "Are you going to bed?" "No, I'm just laying in bed playing video games," and then I pass out, or lay down on the floor, ask her to come and cuddle with me, and I pass out. So she hasn't spent much time with me where I've been sleeping or where I haven't been sleeping. So I don't know, I feel like I'm getting sick, and it's probably a very good possibility. You might want to scoot further away.
I'm alright. Well, I'll tell you, one thing that I've discovered, and it's not anything new, but I got back into is the Counting Crows. I used to listen to them when they first came out. The first album of theirs that I really picked up was August and Everything After. And I just picked up their Greatest Hits CD. I can't remember what it's called, but it's definitely a good CD. Obviously, it's their greatest hits. But definitely awesome. A lot of good music on that. And I've been listening to that quite a bit. So, definitely a good thing. I suggest everybody go out and pick it up. I think from now on I'll just come in and tell you what I'm listening to on the show.
I'll decide.
So, I'll decide.
I've already decided.
But yeah, you know, I want to throw that out there. So, just wanted to see if you were listening to anything new like I am. So,
Not really. I want to get back into listening to more music and all that good stuff. I need to put more music on my iPod.
you know,
just 'cause
when you're out there working on a hoist, you know, the best thing to do is to pop in the old earbuds and
that's what I was just.
let it go.
That's what I was going with. Okay. I was getting there. You just stole my thunder. Thanks a lot, man.
That's right. That's what I'm all about.
I'm not talking to you for 10 seconds.
All right, that's fine. You don't have to.
Good. I didn't want you to.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much everything I got.
I don't have anything else either.
I could have swore there was something else I thought that I was going to talk about, but I just, for the life of me, I just can't remember. I'm brain dead.
Yeah, me too. We'll go with that.
Oh, you know what? Today's the 14th of November. Just letting everybody know.
Oh yeah. Month and a week. Oh, sorry. Did I steal your thunder?
No, you're throwing something else out there. What's month and a week? No.
The end of the
The
world.
end of the world. I knew what you were going for. I just wanted you to say it.
I can't remember they're coming into concert on that day. I heard it just this morning too, but I can't remember. But
Aren't they playing at the Depot? God, no, it's a big concert. Oh, Snoop Dogg!
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg's coming to
Yeah.
town. It's the end of the world tour.
Yep.
That's who it is.
He's gonna be in Utah for the end of the world.
I'm pretty sure he's going to be at the depot.
I think so.
That'd actually probably be a pretty fun concert to go to.
More than likely.
No, anyway, what I was alluding to
Oh geez, here we go.
was Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 2 coming out.
Oh yeah.
For all of you Twihards out there.
Are you and I going to that? You're not a Twihard, are you?
Forget you.
We're
She
going.
and I are going to that.
Can I tag along? I'll be a third wheel.
we,
Someone else doesn't like it.
we went and saw Breaking Dawn Part 1 in the theater. So I've actually seen all of them in the theater.
Want to know how I know you're gay?
Again, is this
To
new
listen to
news?
Coldplay.
Do?
I actually do listen to Coldplay. As a matter of fact, my What's on Your iPod for next week is going to be a Coldplay song. I've already got it. I'll have to write myself a note. So, and actually, I think from now on, I think it's something that I used to do. We used to do our song of the week on the show way back when. I may bring that back next week.
Oh great. Okay, we'll pick mine then.
See, you opened up a can of worms. Anyway, we got a month and a week to wait for the end of the world, and we will be alluding to that more when that shows up. And we'll probably broadcast the day after too.
It is the depot.
I know what I'm talking about.
Look, you know what you're talking about?
Ding fries are done.
Ding, pies are done. Ding, pies are done. I work at Burger King making river wobbles. I wear paper hats. Would you like an apple pie with that?
Look it up, folks. Peter Griffin's Burger King song.
If you don't already know it, you should know that. Just so you know.
Oh man. All right. Well, I think that's going to be a show for this week.
I would have to say that's a wrap.
All right. This has been Aaron.
And Steven.
Catch you next time.